Are you exploring a career in biomedical science and wondering which specialism to choose? In this video, we're diving into the four main branches or disciplines in biomedical science: infection sciences, blood sciences, cell sciences, genetics, and molecular pathology. Whether you're a student or graduate or international home student or new to this field or exploring, this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. This video, I'm quite excited to share it with you guys. If you're wondering, I'm sure you've had if you're studying, you've had all these different specialization. I thought it would be a great opportunity to give you a bit of an overview of all the different specialization. In the previous video, I've mentioned few, and I promise that it's going to be explained in this video. So get your tea or whatever hot drink you have, or whatever beverage that you have, because it's going to be an intense one. I'm not trying to scare you, but even when I was trying to gather them, I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? But guys, I've put them the way I understand them and the way I believe they should be structured. And so somebody might think, oh, it's a bit but it's my channel. I put it whatever way I think it's suitable. It might change in the future, but yeah, bear that in mind. This is like a disclaimer to start with. So we're going to explore the key disciplines and why are they important in healthcare. We're going to define each specialism, the importance of them in diagnostic and patient care, overview of current disciplines, key tools and methodologies, and what's the future trends and development in biomedical science. So I'm going to be biased and start with my specialty. If you're new to this channel, I'm Aida Noor. I'm a biomedical scientist. I specialize in infection sciences, especially medical microbiology. I'm self-employed currently, so I started my whole journey. I've done the longest journey to become biomedical scientist, and I'm taking this opportunity, my channel, to share the knowledge as much as I can in the most simplified manner, or in my opinion, updated way, in engaged, simplified way. So welcome to the channel if you're new. This is just a bit of an overview about what do I do, if you were wondering who is this person. But because this video is quite intense, check my other videos where I always talk about who I am. So welcome. So first we're going to start with infection sciences, an overview. It involves understanding disease-causing organisms and their impact, such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, because they have a significant implication for global health, which pushes us to create effective response strategies or treatments. Pandemic response is very important in healthcare because it involves that we coordinate as healthcare professionals to manage outbreaks, ensure that the public are safe, and also to minimize transmission through effective protocols, vaccinations, and treatments. Medical microbiology is part of infection sciences. It's the first one. There's two parts. There's medical microbiology and virology. So we're going to start with medical microbiology, which I specialize in. It involves understanding bacteria, fungi, and their relevance because they both play a significant role in health. Understand their mechanism is very important because that way we can create the correct treatment for disease diagnosis, treatment, and managing diseases. If you're in that field, or if you're in biomedical science, you might have heard the term antibiotic resistance. Any infection caused by bacteria is treated with antibiotics, which is the general term. But if you have fungal infection, you are treated with antifungal. So the current situation, the treatments are becoming ineffective because they became clever in avoiding the treatment. So putting it in a simplified way. So just think of it that the treatments are becoming ineffective. Therefore, treatment leading to treatment failure, and therefore patients are not recovering, so they stay longer in hospital. Sometimes they die, so there's a high mortality rate. That's why research is important in this field in order to overcome this problem. I was involved in it heavily through my studies, even at my work. Some tests they're becoming ineffective, so we're going back to older tests because of that. Also, you need to understand virology as part of infection sciences. That's why it's very important to understand the impact of viruses. The difference between virus and bacteria, fungus, the virus becomes part of the cell, the infected cell. So that's why the body cannot identify it. So that's why it's very important to study them to protect the public, because no treatment will be effective fast enough compared to the antibiotics and the antifungal. Let me talk about antibiotic, for example. It has different ways to enter the cell and kill the bacteria, but the virus is hidden inside the cell, so the body cannot recognize it. That's why if you notice, if you have cold, don't take antibiotics. Just rest, plenty of fluids, and let the body do its job. That's a simplified version. It's a bigger picture than that. That's why developing the correct treatment or preventative measures is extremely difficult. We've witnessed COVID. COVID is caused by a virus. So vaccines development is extremely important, because that will ensure that the public is protected in a simplified manner. Yeah, you might agree or disagree with it, but so that we had the technology, so it was fast to develop. But I just want you to understand the viruses and why is it important to treat viral infections, and in the context of specialism. So now we move into another discipline or another branch, blood sciences, which I think is the easiest one to qualify as a biomedical scientist compared to microbiology. Microbiology is very, very intense. That's another topic on its own. But yes, it does take longer to qualify as a biomedical scientist, but you're always learning. But blood science, which I'm going to tell you in a minute, it involves analyzing blood for patient care to ensure that transfusion are safe and effective for all patients in need. Advanced technologies are important, because that will make sure that blood typing and compatibility testing are done for safe transfusion and overall patient health. Haematology involves studying of the blood cells and their related disorder. It focuses on the structure and function of the blood cells. That way it will help in diagnosing various blood-related conditions effectively. Diagnostic techniques are very important. For example, flow cytometry and microscopy, they're all crucial in detecting early detections of disorders, and also the treatments for a better patient outcome. Next is understanding immunology. The immune system protects us against infections. It will recognize and eliminate any pathogens while maintaining tolerance to self. This balance is crucial for overall health and disease prevention. Allergy testing identifies any specific allergen, enabling targeted treatment, and this will understand the reaction and will improve the patient quality of life. The allergies are so common now that people are allergic to basic stuff, so that's why immunology's role is extremely important in this field to improve the patient quality of life. Next is transfusion science. It's very important to understand the donor matching and its importance. Why? Because it will ensure safe blood transfusion, minimize the risk of complications, and enhancing the patient outcome during medical procedures requiring blood products. Or testing identifies the specific blood type and recipients, preventing any complications that can be caused, which will harm both the donor and the recipient. So it's very important for patient safety. Now, next, clinical chemistry. It involves understanding hormones and enzymes, because they play a crucial role in diagnosing health conditions, enabling targeted treatment and monitoring disease effectively. The significance of diagnostics in patient care, it's important, and it will provide the vital information for healthcare professionals. That way, they're guiding them in formulating the correct treatments and therefore accurate results. Next is cell science overview. Understanding the tissue is crucial for cancer diagnosis. tissue structure analysis will allow us to identify abnormalities that will indicate if cancer is present. This will allow timely and effective treatment for patients. The techniques that are used for diagnosis will involve advanced imaging, molecular techniques that will improve a precise cancer diagnosis, and it will enable personalized treatment that will significantly enhance the patient outcome. Also, histopathology. It plays a crucial role in cancer diagnosis and treatment planning. It enables accurate cancer identification through tissue biopsy analysis, guiding essential treatments, decisions, and improving patient outcomes. That's why it's very important for histopathologists and clinicians to collaborate to enhance patient care. They work closely. That will ensure effective diagnosis, facilitate timely intervention, and personalize treatment for patients who are receiving cancer treatment. Cytology is important because it focuses on cell samples to detect abnormalities, aiding in the early identification of cancer and diseases. That's why diagnostic techniques are extremely important, because that will ensure the correct diagnosis, ensure timely treatment, and better better patient outcome in oncology and other medical fields. Understanding mortuary science, that was really surprising for me. I wasn't aware of it. I didn't think it comes under biomedical science. I thought that was surprising. When I was preparing this session, I thought, oh wow, I didn't know. But it does come under that, which something to consider. So the role of autopsy supports in forensic investigation. Autopsy will support is crucial for providing comprehensive insights into cause of death, aiding criminal investigation, and ensuring justice for victims and their families. And surprisingly, I didn't know forensic science comes under biomedical science. That was absolutely new for me. So, because it plays a vital role in analyzing evidence collected during autopsies, helping authorities solve cases and improve understanding of various causes of death. See, I didn't know that. I thought forensic science, was studied separately. There's so many people who did forensic science, they didn't think that they can pursue their career because it was very difficult. So that's a hint for you guys, and it was new to me that you can, if you've done biomedical science, you can explore this angle or this aspect. So last but not least, genetics and molecular pathology, which is booming at the moment. There was a point where I was advising students, if they can get into it, because there's a lot of potential with it in that field. It involves understanding DNA's roles in genetic disorders and disease, because DNA carries crucial information that influences genetic disorders, enabling us to understand inherited conditions and develop targeted therapies for patients. The impact of genetic testing plays a vital role in diagnosing conditions, guiding treatments, decisions, and offering patients insight into their health risks and family planning. So this is just a simplified overview on those different specialisms. I hope it's a bit clear. I know it's a mouthful, it's a lot, but if you're looking into that particular specialism, you have an overall idea about it. So how would you choose the specialism? I had to think a bit about this, because it's not easy, but I will give you some hints that will help you. First, identify your interests. That will help you to choose what discipline. Let me give you that way. Consider your strengths. If you're very good at analyzing, maybe histopathology, genetics will be for you. If you're interested in diseases, like myself, microbiology, virology might be for you. If you have passion for patient care, blood sciences and transfusions can be for you. But the most important thing I would say, guys, is make sure that you get some lab exposure, get some hands-on experience. If there's an opportunity for placement, go for it, or shadow. Email the manager and say, I want to explore, I want to shadow. There's a way. People are they're not horrible. They're not going to say don't come. So think of that, because that way you will choose the right specialty. They're all important in healthcare, but again, hands-on experience will give you the right skills to help you determine which one specialism that will resonate most with your career aspiration. So let me give you a few examples. I know people, when you qualify as a biomedical scientist, it's a generic one. So you're not special. You might be working in a microbiology or histopathology or whatever, but it's generic. The portfolio is generic. They might need some evidence, but you can move into any other discipline. That is possible when you apply, because when you did the biomedical science degree, you've covered everything. You've covered even for me now, I've done the top-up modules because, as you know, I've done biochemistry degree and then biomedical science, medical microbiology masters. So I had to do top-up modules. So I've covered every discipline. And the same for you guys. So you've got the knowledge, you just need the experience. So you build the experience by getting into the lab. I've seen so many MLAs who are doing their portfolio before they even finish their generic portfolio. They've moved departments. They've worked in microbiology and then they moved into immunology, or they moved into genetics. It's all connected because it's all under biomedical science. You can move around. It is possible. I think in the years before, it does exist, the multidisciplinary, but I don't know if that still is the case. Let me know, guys, if you're in the field. Comment below and let me know if that still exists. Some people, that's amazing, but I don't know if I remember when I was getting trained, I asked that question, why the multidisciplinary is impossible, because now the departments got bigger. So you can't work in the past that it was smaller, but now it's got bigger and bigger. So maybe that is the case, but comment, let me know, guys, if that's the case. But that's the current situation. Whether that will change in the future, I'm not sure. So this is just an insight for you guys. You can move around. It's possible. Like I said, I started in specimen reception before I even qualified. Then I moved into microbiology, but I enjoyed it so much, even though it was the least one that I enjoyed when I was doing my degree. It can happen. It's just, the most important thing is stay open, keep exploring. That will inspire you during your journey or early career stages. So make sure, guys, that you comment and let me know what you think, and keep the conversation going. Last but not least, what is the future of biomedical science? I know that's in a lot of people's mind, and I've been observing all on TikTok and social media that people are sharing their ideas, saying there's no future in this degree. There was a recent clip that I saw yesterday or the day before, someone saying that, what's the point of the whole degree? Which I really disagree with it completely. You can't just say, now when I look back, I say I needed that training, because it will only be apparent when you become qualified, when you're in that responsible seat, making decisions for that patient, in order for the doctor to make that decision, to, in order for the doctors to decide what treatment to provide. So no, it's a useful degree, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. It has benefited me at a different scale. By the way, I'm not affiliated or promoting for anything. I'm talking from my own personal experience. I was more grateful as I advanced in my career. But again, it's totally up to you how you shape your career. That's why I really believe it's up to you how to make the most of any career that you belong to. So what's the future of biomedical science? At the moment, technology is disrupting every industry, including healthcare. There is a level of confusion, if I may say. It's not funny, but at the moment I'm exploring AI and learning about it, and I'll be sharing about what I have learned so far. So it will revolutionize this field. That's why where you stand, you need to think about your skills. You need to be adapting new skills. So flexibility is essential in terms of learning new skills, upskilling, reskilling. that will enhance your career longevity, and for you to be succeeded in it. And because of the technology, there will be interdisciplinary collaboration. The good news is there will be jobs that we never knew they existed, they will appear. So that's why if your skills are ready, you will be in demand, you will be irreplaceable. I always used to end any of my talks with that quote saying, think of yourself as an addition. I don't have the quote on top of my head, but always be in the know what's the latest, know what's the newest. That will become a habit when you're in that mindset of, or growth mindset, that you want to know what's going on and what's happening around you. So don't be an introverted person. You can't, you have no option, or you're going to be missing out. Even for me at this stage, I'm learning few new things that especially AI, I'm like, oh my god, it is overwhelming. Let me tell you now, I've just started now, and I'm going to share more about it in the future, on how is it as a biomedical scientist is going to affect me, how is it going to help me. I'll be sharing with you guys. This channel is not for me to talk to you, it's to talk with you. We're together in this. Anyway, so just to summarize, the role of biomedical science is extremely important in healthcare. It improves the patient outcome and advancing healthcare through innovation, research, and diagnosing. So your role is important as a biomedical scientist. You are very important. So guys, finally, biomedical science is diverse. You don't have to choose your specialization immediately, like I explained. So stay open, explore, don't be afraid to try. Like I always tell myself and share with you guys, nobody is born with knowledge. Practice makes perfect. That's something I discovered. Every time I learn something new, with repetition, you excel. You learn. There's a book that I'm reading currently, is called So Good That They Can't Ignore You, which discusses the difference between passion, skill, etc. I'm about to finish it. It's keeping me up in the night recently. If you read that book, let me know. So yeah, take these two from me. Nobody's born with knowledge, and practice makes perfect. And also, if you have a vision, this is one of the most read article that I have on Medium, one of the few that I have about envisioning. So if you have a vision, nobody's going to see it, but follow it. Stay open, don't be afraid to try, practice. Nobody's born with knowledge. That's how we start. So let me know, guys, what you think. I'm sorry that it was intense. There's no way around it. I didn't want to bombard you with so much information, but at the same time, this is how I understand it. The way I survive in life and my career is by breaking down complex things into bite size. And I think that's what we need at this day and age. We are overwhelmed with information. Even for me, guys, I do use AI to prepare my content. Let me be clear. But obviously, you feed it the right information. Critical thinking, being selective is important. But again, I will talk about my my YouTube journey in other videos. So I've asked it to simplify in a way, and for me it makes sense to put it in the way I've put it. So somebody else might disagree, but if I'm studying, I study differently than other people, by the way. This is how I do. I don't follow, I just do it how my brain is working. So let me go back to my notes just to, yeah, so this is how I looked at it. Even though I used to say there's different disciplines, but for me it made sense. Infection sciences, that's one. Blood sciences, that's one. Cell sciences, that's one. Genetics and molecular pathology, that's one. Somebody might be watching this video, might disagree with it, but when I was putting the material together, I thought, okay, that makes sense. So you put it whichever way is easier for you. But at the end of the day, I want you to take away from this session, knowing each discipline, what does it do, what does it stand for, how does it contribute, do you like it, does it match your skills? Like we've mentioned in the previous video about the skills, go for it. That's it. Do your research, do your trial and error. Don't be afraid to try. This is one of the lessons that I learned. Don't be afraid to try. This is how I approached life. Up to now, I'm practicing it. I'm trying, let me be honest with you. When I started this YouTube channel, I started on my own. And oh my God, the learning 1 year on, now I'm comfortable, but it took me a whole year of consistently posting, which I'll talk in a different video. So this is something completely new, but I learned. I kept on practicing, trial and error, exploring. That's how life is. As simple as that. So on that note, I hope you guys benefited from this. Keep the conversation going, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next week, until the next video, keep shining, keep inspiring, and see you next time. Oh, I don't know how this session was the most intense. I hope them guys get it. I hope you guys get it. It was so intense, so much information. I tried to memorize it, but I couldn't. I'm a human being, guys. At the end of the day, I'm a human being. I'm like you. I'm learning as I go. But yeah, I hope this helped them, guys. Yeah. I don't know if I should apologize in advance or apologize at the end of this video. This was one of the most intense ones. Oh my god. How am I gonna stop this? Anyway, at the end of the day, it's gonna help everyone out there. That's the whole point. Help you guys. I'm sorry. Wish me luck. Let's go. The thing is, I think that's what kept me up last night, because I was thinking, how am I gonna put this together? Because it's intense. But I'm hoping it helps other people out there, because I wish someone told me that before I even started my career. But I don't regret my profession. I enjoyed it. I love it. It's giving me the resilience that I need. Anyway, we're diving into the 4 main disciplines. We're diving into 4 main... Also, histopathology and cancer. They both... histopathology